I don't know if I want to hear your answer.
They both stick their fingers in their holes?
Maybe. I mean, that's not the answer I was looking for, but I mean, that is a
they
very...
put their thumbs in their holes?
Yeah, they both grab the bone.
No, I don't think a bowler does. I don't know. What?
They both want turkey.
I don't get the bowler part.
I'm not... Okay. You're going to ask me to explain a bowling thing that I'm not completely familiar with either. There's a point. Perfect. I don't know if it's 2 strikes or two, I think strikes or 3. Or I think a strike. Man, I'm showing my bowling arrogance here. When you knock down all the pins. Isn't that
strike?
Yeah. So either at 2 or 3 in a row is called a turkey.
Oh. Okay. Why is it called a turkey?
That's a question for another day.
Okay. Do they gobble at all if they hit a turkey? Or?
They better.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I need to start watching some bowling competitions.
Let's see what happens.
Uh-huh. Oh, welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic work is in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler. Joining me for another episode of Snail Trail 4x4 podcast, episode 715 is Jimmy Jet. How you doing?
Sure lost track once you stopped editing. I am doing well. No, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice afternoon here.
Yeah. So, not too hot yet.
Not too hot yet. It was actually really nice over the weekend.
Yes.
It rained at my house a couple of times.
It rained at my house yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Or I guess that wasn't the weekend, but it kind of was. I don't.
He was still on holiday.
I was still on holiday. It rained at my house. That was fascinating. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I walked out earlier that day and I was kind of like, it had that aromatic smell of rain, and I was just like, that's
that
weird.
Moist smell.
Yeah, I guess. It's just fresh, or I don't know. There's a term for that.
Really?
I think, I forgot what it's called.
Is it a turkey?
No, it's not a turkey.
Okay.
But there's a name for it. But it's and so I walked out and I was like, it smells like it's gonna rain, but it's
like the middle of June.
Yeah, it's June. So
and we're not in the Sierras.
Yeah, so I was like, I kind of brushed it off, but then I went to go pick up the mini assistant and I'm like, messaged the assistant and I was like, it's raining.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird. I found out a little thing about my tree in my front yard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dave McKinney, our buddy from Rubicon Trail Adventures, said that he also has a tree in his front yard that grows little plums with cherry pits in them.
Okay.
And he said they're called cherry plums.
Oh.
And I was like, well, there you go.
Okay.
So, I'm pretty sure I have a cherry plum tree for anybody who knows or cares about that. I don't really care what it's called. All I know is that it is delicious.
Yeah. Our plum tree has blossomed, fruited, and done already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that we had a battle with the birds.
Oh, geez.
And I think we came out ahead.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, my battle's usually with the squirrels.
Those two.
Yeah.
There's no winning with those.
No.
Petrichor.
Bless you.
Thank you. How do you say that?
Petrichor.
Petrichor.
Petrichor. The scientific article, petrichor, scent of rain, smell of rain. Petrichor. Yeah. Okay. Petrichor.
Petrichor. There's a word that means that.
All right.
There you go.
The smell of rain.
Your word of the day.
There you go.
Hold on. I got one for that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You haven't used that in a while.
I have not.
No.
Definitely haven't. But yeah, so weekend was good. We'll jump into that in a little bit. We have some updates to say. We did officially get the information or the item that we are giving away for our Snail Squad member giveaway tier. And that is
an ICECO APL 20 refrigerator. So it's one of their like OG fridges. It's a really cool, it's like a tank. It was described to us. Very robust, very beefy, very energy efficient. We got to learn a little bit about ICECO and some of the technology and stuff that they use, hopefully here on Monday with you guys. But yeah, an APL 50. So metal sided, metal shelled, 20-liter refrigerator, single zone, but super efficient, super robust, and awesome thing for off-roading because it can take the abuse that we put all of our gear under, really. So we're super excited to have that. It's around the $500 mark in value.
$559.
There you go, 559. That's my old area code where I grew up at. And so $559 retail value this month for you guys from ICECO. So we've got all month long, all the way until June 30th for you guys to get in for that giveaway if you want a chance at winning an APL 20. And then we're going to have an interview with ICECO here on Monday to talk all about, what ICECO does as a company, some of the technologies and features behind their products, some really cool stuff they're doing within the industry, and get to learn a little bit about DJ Dave.
So. Nice. Yeah, it was a lot of fun talking to him already, and you guys will enjoy that. Yeah, on Monday. So if you want to get in for the ICECO APL 20 giveaway, Tyler said he was going to get the PayPal subscription stuff onto Discord by the end of the week.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to wait that long, then you go over to irate4x4 and you go down to the watch list and discuss section, click on the SnailTrail4x4 tier, and then all the sign up options are there. Make sure to sign up for that giveaway tier and you will automatically be entered to win the APL 20 from ICECO.
Yeah. Yep. So should be really cool. We'll have that running through the end of the month here. So you guys have until June 30th to get signed up. If you want a chance at winning that right now, your odds of signing up are about 1 in 95, 96, something like that. So pretty decent odds. Let's see. What else do we got going on? We've got a giveaway going on for reviews. We should be approaching 800 reviews here pretty damn quickly. I would want to say the last count we did, we had 8 or 9 spots left.
Sounds about right.
Something like that. And that was a couple weeks ago. So we may already be over 800. I'm not sure. We'll probably do a check and do some reviews next week. But make sure you guys get signed up for that. At 800 reviews, we're giving away an Onyx Elite membership, which if you already have an Onyx subscription, all you got to do is add it and it just gets added on to your current subscription. So whenever that is due and up, it'll renew for another year. So we have that as well as a cool little swag pack from SnailTrail, Snail Armor, MorrFlate, and a couple other companies that we've got to do some fun things with over the years. So we'll get that swag pack out to a lucky winner. Once we reach 800 reviews, we'll pull a winner from those 800 reviews. So which means if you want to increase your odds of winning, you just leave more reviews and you automatically get entered for all the reviews we do. Like at 850, we'll do another Onyx Elite subscription as well as a swag pack. And then at 900 reviews, we're doing a gift pack from MorrFlate worth $900 or more. So that's going to have a couple of things in it. A couple of new products, a pretty big assortment of current products for you guys. And if we end up reaching 900 reviews before the really big ticket item gets announced and launched, then you'll automatically get one of those for the pre-order. So I think that does it for reviews. Make sure you go to Apple Podcast and do that over there. So
yep. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got the Discord ever going. I haven't been able to jump on it since the weekend, but I'm planning on catching up today.
There's a lot of talk going on right now about EDC knives.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, okay.
I had to sift through like 30, 40 messages yesterday on one of the channels. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool.
We each have an EDC that we carry with us. I think it's the same one.
I think so. Mine is the little, I was going to say gear wrench, but it's the Crescent Tools one. Yeah.
Little Crescent Tool one.
So
it was a gift from Lawless Corey back in the day. And I had a plastic version and the metal version. The metal version is heavier, but it's thinner. So that's the reason I went with it. I've also downgraded, maybe downgraded is the wrong word. I've reduced my pocket knife size, the size of the blade.
Yep.
I've been getting smaller. It's smaller and smaller. It's just, I don't need a really big blade in my pocket.
No.
And so I've just been shrinking the blade size down.
Yeah. My big issue is I wear athletic shorts everywhere. I don't really wear like normal people shorts. And so having any kind of blade with a weight to it is really annoying for me. So I really like this blade because it's a little heavier than a couple other blades I have, but it's a very nice small package. I'm like, I usually am just opening up cardboard with it or something. So I'm like, I don't need a big old heavy duty hunting knife or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So if you want to join in on the EDC knives talk,
there's a great talk going on right now.
Go over to the Discord, sign up for that.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do once you get there is that's the location of all the tokens. So you can go and find the token stuff. I believe I've posted 3 in the last week that I've been up there.
Nice.
Some in northern Nevada and some in middle west Nevada.
Okay.
Moon Rock. So 2 of them in Moon Rocks area. Thanks to our good buddy Horton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Blue Smurfy Horton with a who. Then one way up north.
Yep.
So if you're interested in going on a hunt, go over to the Discord and there's a whole section there for tokens, and you can download the folder for all those tokens to your Onyx off-road, and then they'll be there whenever you're traveling around or looking at places to go. You can search out a token.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've got a couple of tokens I need to hide on my next trip out.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So we'll get some there. We'll let you guys know where that is next time I'm out. I might need to get some more from you though. That way I just have a little stash.
Sure.
To throw in Fiona for when I'm going on my random day trips this summer. So
yeah, we can do that. I should probably need to make more. I think I have a few left in my stash, and then but I have more rounds, so we don't need to order more rounds yet. Cool. But I just need to make more.
Sweet.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we're getting pretty close. Trevor is getting pretty close to the ones there, but he's not going to win until, whoever clicks all 13 letters of Snail Trail 4x4 is going to win the Gear Wrench Master Mechanics tool set that we have. And then I think we have some fun plans for the next item already. So that's it's in the works because Trevor's getting close.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. So go Discord it, chat with us, go check out the tokens, leave us a review, and sign up for that giveaway tier to win a really, really nice refrigerator, portable, outdoorsy refrigerator.
Yep. Let's see. Anything else going on, man, for getting into June here?
No, I think that's good. We still have some winners that have not gotten back to me. So I need to get back in contact with them to make sure that we're sending out the right gift boxes and correct addresses to the people.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, what do you remember who those were? Or?
Not offhand.
Yeah, I have to look back.
Yeah, I'll message you guys. I know that one of our gift box winners got to us, but the other one hasn't.
Yeah. One of the items, do you want to talk about gift boxes? I don't think we've gone through it yet.
Sure, we can talk about the gift boxes. Yeah, we haven't gone through it, and most everybody should have gotten them by now.
Should have gotten them by now.
Even the guy up in Canada, I think, has gotten his. So,
nice. What about those Australian guys?
No, they don't get them.
Oh, okay.
Aaron won one as the giveaway.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one of the items here. It's a Snail Trail 4x4 black on black embroidered hat.
Yep.
It's kind of a trucker hat design. I really like this hat. It's super comfy. It's one of the Richardson style hat, so they breathe really well. But the ST 4x4 like sticks out just enough where you notice something's going on with the hat, and it makes you really focus in on it when you're like, wait, what is going on with that hat?
Yeah.
So I really like the way that these are done.
Yeah, I think they came out great.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to order them, I was talking to the lady that I do the custom embroidery work with that also embroiders our ST 4x4 5-year gifts.
Oh yeah.
Same lady. And she was like, this black on black is super popular right now. I'm like, oh, cool.
Nice.
I just wanted something stealthy.
Yeah.
And something that didn't stand out too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really ever wear hats, but I've heard the trucker hat style is somewhat back in style.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know like those flex fit ones, but the problem with the flex fits is then I have to get people's head sizes.
Yeah, I don't like
and
those.
we already screwed up enough with the t-shirts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And they breathe a lot better because they're mesh all around. So, yeah. So we got Richardson's. What's the number on the top?
112.
112. Richards.
The original.
Yeah. And I had an option of doing that or like a cheap version of that. And I was just, wasn't that big of a price difference. So I was like, let's do the good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do the good hats for our Snail Squad members. And I think they came out looking really good. I know that
really
everybody here at the warehouse that has seen it has been like, that's awesome.
Yep.
So, yeah, a few of them have gotten them as well. So yeah, black hat in there. And hats go for like $35 to $40.
Hats are expensive nowadays, man.
So that right there was like half of the gift box price.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty wild. Let's see what else was in the gift box.
We had a t-shirt.
Yep, we did.
That we got everybody's sizes on. There's a cool design. Did we have one of them in there, or the t-shirts in there?
No, there's none in there because I didn't know the people's sizes. That one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a fairly basic version. I think it says SnailTrail 4x4 across the chest. And then it has the little Snail Trail logo centered smaller. It's kind of pocket size, but center back top.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I have sort of the same shirt, but reversed where you have the logo on the pocket.
Yep.
And then it has Snail Trail across the back. And I was wearing it around the other day and I was like, nobody knows or sees what's going on when you're like start talking to them. So we did a flip of that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And so, and those are also like a dark heather kind of charcoaly color with black ink on it.
Nice.
So it's also sort of stealthy a little.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't really, from a distance, you wouldn't notice that you would think it's just a dark charcoal shirt.
Yeah.
When you get a little closer, you notice there's something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I thought that was good, kind of sticking with that stealthy theme in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That worked out. Let's see. There was something else in there. I can think of one other thing, but I thought there was more than that.
Thought we had 4 items in it this time.
Me too, but I don't remember. We got one here. The other, well, hold on. Let's see. What else we got? Maybe not. Maybe it was just those 3. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's the coaster.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. So yeah, we did some slate coasters for everybody. This is something Tyler's been doing and having a fun time with.
It's so cool. I love the contrast that comes out when you laser slate.
Yeah, it looks good. It's just the snail trail and it says keep crawling on it. And these are unfinished, unlacquered.
What do you want? Unfinished.
Yeah. So if you want, just rub them down with some olive oil, kind of stain it, seal it in a little bit.
Yeah, I use a spray lacquer on any of the ones I want to seal.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of thing. Slate does really well with water and moisture. It doesn't deteriorate. It handles moisture just fine. But it will absorb like a sugary, stickier liquids kind of thing. So it'll permanently become sticky. And it's hard to get that cleaned off unless you put a layer of lacquer on it first. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So that was the other thing in there was just a little coaster. So let's see, the t-shirt or the hat was $35-$40. The t-shirt's $25 to $30. The coaster's probably $5, $5,
$7, something. Yeah.
And then the last thing that is in there it's a key.
An EDC key.
An EDC key. An EDC like that you would have on your key ring, but it actually has a little hidden feature to it, which is a little kniff. So not only are you carrying a knife around in your pocket, but you could have a knife on your keychain as well. Just a little guy. I don't know what, 1.25 inches. Pretty small.
I'd say 1.5.
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
Just a little hidden thing. Something we weren't allowed to send to Canada.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to send, apparently, weapons that disguise as something else. So I thought that was kind of funny.
You can only send weapons that are actual weapons, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could send him a knife and say it's a knife, but I can't send him a key that's disguised as a knife or a knife.
You tell him it was a knife disguised as a key?
Maybe.
Or a key disguised as a knife? That's what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
So,
but this guy retails for about $8.
Nice.
So, yeah.
These are pretty. Is this like a plated aluminum?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's either powder coated or anodized.
I think it's anodized.
I think it's anodized too.
Yeah, I had motivation to putting ST 4x4 on all of them, like the hats, and but time a little bit got away from me. But then I was like, you got a snail trail hat, you got a snail trail shirt, you got a snail trail coaster, like maybe something shouldn't have our name on it. I don't know.
No way. A laser Tyler on every one of them.
There you go. That's not what you would put.
True.
Well, make all this noise right next to the mic.
I need 2 hands. Putting the mic down.
So yeah, those were the gift boxes.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody enjoyed those. Some fun stuff that you can use in your everyday life. And your snail trail lifestyle package. All right, I think that does it then.
Sure.
Should we take a quick break and get into our weekends?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Good. Grab your favorite drinks, everybody. I finished my drink. I might need to go. Oh no, I got some water here.
Nice.
I got some chips too. Jimmy's jealous with actual salsa instead of shrimp cocktail. And grab your favorite snacks, and we'll be right on back with kind of what we've been up to over the weekend.
Are you stuck inside? Are you not sure where you want to go to explore? Well, open the Onyx Off-Road app. It shows you all the trails around you, and it tells you their difficulty. Now you can quickly search out your next adventure or plan your next trip. Download Onyx Off-Road from the App Store. Onyx Off-Road, built for the adventurer.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Tyler.
Where do bees like to keep their stingers?
In their honey.
In their honey. Welcome back, everybody. Jimmy just talked about peanut butter and honey, and it made me think of one of Jason Green's jokes. So we're back here today, Thursday's episode with kind of what we've been up to, where this is kind of like the fun part of the show where you guys get to live vicariously through our poor decisions. And we get to tell you all about them. It's great.
It works out well.
Yes. Let's see. I went to the Rubicon.
Okay.
I took the little man.
Yeah.
What did we have for him? The Crotch Goblin is one of his new nicknames. So he's took him out there. Let's see. I got a couple installs done on Fiona. I worked on the camper.
Okay.
And then cleaned Fiona. So
nice.
I got a couple of cool little stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went, I left the assistant on her last day of school, which I'm not sure she was too happy about. But I left her and I went camping with some of my high school friends that we all got together. This is really the first time like we've all gone camping, or a bunch of us went camping in a long time. So it was fun to get together. So
I would assume your high school friends and your college friends are 2 different groups, right?
Yes.
Okay. I for some reason that just occurred to me that your high school friends and your college friends are 2 different groups. Cause I've always just been like your college buddies, right?
You know, all my college friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
but I don't think I've heard you ever talk too much about your high school friends.
Yeah, no, I don't really talk to them that much. We don't as much. I'm finding out that they actually all live still kind of in the area, or most of them. Yeah. One of them lives in Georgia, and some live kind of far away. Mm-hmm. One lives in Arkansas,
Arkansas.
Yeah. But the one from Georgia came out here to go on the camping trip, and then there's some other ones that live pretty close to me. So maybe I'll be seeing them more often. Hussman is one of my college or high school friends.
Okay.
That actually knows all of my college friends as well.
Okay.
So that's kind of fun. But unfortunately, Hussman wasn't able to make it. He had, one of his dogs went to the ER. And so he had to babysit all weekend. And
poor baby.
it's not last I heard, it still wasn't doing that great. So unfortunately, yeah. So it was a bummer missing him. But yeah, let's see. We had 7 people there. One of them was a friend of a friend.
Okay.
And so there was really 6, including me, 5 other guys from high school there. And all 4 of them were my grade. One of them was a younger brother that we also hung out with, who was actually my younger brother's grade. So I knew him through my brother and through my friend, right, was the younger brother. But he always hung out with us too. We were a good group of friends. I didn't really become great friends with him until kind of junior year of high school.
Okay.
And hung out with them then a lot. And they were my off-roading guys. They were the ones that we all had. Like I had a Toyota, Hussman had a Toyota. One of them had a Blazer. One of them had a Jeep. One of them had a Power Wagon. You know, like we were all over the place in off-roading, and we just all went and had fun and went off-roading and went camping. And man, all the like old school camping stories of silly times back in the day all came out. It was a lot of fun.
Nice
hanging out with them.
Those are great.
Yeah, it was great reminiscing. So it was a blast. We went to we did some dispersed camping off of I'm blanking on the area right now. Like Spalding Lake,
Pierce OHV area. Bowman?
It was Bowman, more Bowman.
Bowman side.
It was Bowman Road.
Okay.
Out towards Spalding Lake.
Okay.
But we didn't get that far because eventually that road turns into dirt, and I turned off before it even got to dirt.
Oh, okay.
But we turned off a fire road, headed down to a little dispersed camping area that one of the friends knew, Brandon knew, and he posted that up, and we're like, yeah, let's just go there. It was cool. I drove up there. My goal was to drive up there on Thursday to kind of reserve the spot, make sure that nobody else could come in and claim it without us, because it's, dispersed camping, first come, first serve. So I went up there and my goal was to leave like 3, and most of the other guys were like kind of that same time zone. So I started driving out at 3, and then I got a message saying, oh, I haven't left yet, or hey, I haven't gotten food yet, or, like, oh, I got to go do these other things before I leave. So I was already up almost all the way to Highway 20. And I was like, well, and I was like 5 o'clock at this point. Like I even left late, and I was like, well, it doesn't sound like dinner is going to be here anytime soon, because I wasn't in charge of any food. Like one of the guys just went and bought everything. And so I drove up to Cisco Grove and went to the Subway and went and got a Subway. And then I drove down to the campsite and found it fine. It wasn't very difficult. Onyx helped me out a bunch. I just plotted the point and mapped it, and it worked out great.
Nice.
The only problem was it was the turn. It didn't know the turn off. Like I was down a dirt road, and I had to take another dirt road to get down to the campsite, where it just told me to park on the road and then said walk down to the campsite. So I had to back up a little bit to get to the road that headed down. But yeah, so I got there. I was like, sweet. Well, I'm just going to pull out my chair and eat my Subway and grab a beer and just wait until the guys show up and not unpack really anything, because I'm not quite sure that this is like, there's 4 or 5 spots. I'm like, I don't know what spot we want, or, if this is even the right spot, or what. But man, I hopped out and the mosquitoes were all over me.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But they don't even like you typically.
I know.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So if they don't like me, normally mosquitoes don't care for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been horrible for anybody else. So I spent a good like half of that or 3/4 of that in Bobcat. I drove Bobcat up.
Okay.
Windows up, everything sort of shut, and then killed all the mosquitoes that made it inside.
Okay.
And I ate my Subway and played Stardew Valley up there, waited for everybody to show up. They showed up eventually, and I was in the right spot, and we made camp, and I was parked where they like to shoot. So I was like, well, I don't want you shooting my truck, so I'll just back up. So I backed up, had the rooftop tent. So I made the rooftop tent. I had my, the Iron Man fridge and my Wagon Tech batteries and all my camping gear and everything. And and made camp, and we just sort of hung out and sat around the fire and just relaxed and just bullshitted for the night. The next day was really relaxed again, just slow morning. Like my buddy Brandon made breakfast burritos in the morning. We just sort of sat around. We talked about when do we think the rest of the group was going to show up, because they were all coming in another car. And one of the guys pulled out his 10-22 little rifle, and we sort of sighted that in. And so we all kind of did 10 rounds, or I think they might have done more than 10. They were shooting a little bit, and I was sitting in a hammock, and then they're like, "Hey, you want to shoot?" And I was like, "Sure." So I came over, and they like sighted the gun in already. And so I shot, and they're like, "Dang, you're pretty good." I'm not bad. And so we went and got we were shooting at the NRA national, approved 50-meter paper sign thing. Okay. And we stepped it off and stuff. And I got a bullseye.
Nice.
Yeah. So either they did a fantastic job at sighting in that, the sights, or I got damn lucky.
Were they metal sights or optics?
We were using, the iron sights off the gun.
Nice.
Yeah. Or the rifle.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing was that they wanted to sight that in because that Brandon, my buddy, made little tokens or little medallions for a bunch of different things over the weekend. And one of them was the best sharpshooter or something like that. And so, so the next day going forward here, we did a whole competition in shooting. And so the guys showed up around 3, and they were pretty much, it was okay, set the tents up and relax. And that was the day. I mean, that was pretty much it. I think we went on a hiking trip, a small little hike around the area, and just checked out some of the sites. And otherwise it was sitting around drinking, bullshitting, hanging by the fire. I mean, it was super chill. The whole entire trip was super chill. The next day we played some bocce ball, forest bocce, which is fun in the forest. Cause man, on normal bocce courts, it's perfectly flat and smooth and easy to do. But you roll a bocce ball out in the forest and it hits a rock and it goes the 90 degrees from the way it should go. Yeah. So a lot of it's kind of lobbing it and not lobbing it too far so that it just bounces past everything, but not lobbing it into the rocks because it just might bounce a funny way. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we crossed the creek and went up the hill and went all over the place. So it was a wild game. And then I think we sat down and they were playing with their handguns and shooting their handguns and stuff. I think that was the third. This was Saturday. And and there was a ricochet off of something. They don't know what. Okay. And 2 people were like, "Ow," at the same time. And at first they were like, "Oh, it was brass, hot brass got thrown." But one guy got hit in the shoulder and one guy got hit in the shin. And they were both the guy that got hit in the shin, it was a little bit, but the guy that got hit in the shoulder had he was a bleeder. Wow. Yeah. So something happened. I was over, I was in the hammock again. Yeah. I didn't bring a gun. I don't have a gun. And I don't I felt bad. Ammo's expensive now. I don't want to be "Hey, let me shoot this. It's $1 a shot, you know, let me shoot 10 rounds, $10. I'm just I'm good. And so I was listening to some music. I was sitting there relaxing, and I had earplugs in is actually what it was. And so I started hearing these guys come up, and I go "Oh, why aren't you guys shooting?" And one of the guy, Michael, the guy I didn't know, he's like, "I got shot." I'm like, "Yeah, funny. What happened really?" He's like, "No, really, I got shot."
Oh my God.
"What?" So I hop out, I pull out my first aid kit. My other buddy pulls out his first aid kit. It was just a fragment of something, right? It either shot a rock out at him or the metal bounced off of something. And, and so it didn't even go into his skin really. It his t-shirt stopped it. Okay. But it punctured it big enough. It punctured his skin still to make him bleed. Yeah. Make him bleed. So they're everybody stopped. They reevaluated, how did this happen? What did because they knew the guy that was shooting. They knew where he was shooting, and they
knew where the 2 guys were standing.
They knew where, and so they were, and they think the spinner didn't spin. And so it like deflected it, like bounced it backwards and off up or something. So yeah, so that was, kind of a scary moment.
Yeah.
And everybody was wearing protection. Everybody had eyeglasses on. Everybody had the, either the headphone things, over their ears or earplugs in, and, they were all standing appropriate distance. They're all not professionals, but they're all skilled and, smart about their gun tactics, and one person's shooting sort of at a time and, they're standing back and, they're all being smart about it.
Yeah.
Just with this weird small fluke thing.
Huh.
So yeah.
Interesting.
So, and then at that point they're like, well, okay, shall we do the shooting competition? So we're like, everybody's like, okay. So we did 50 yards at the prone position out of the back of a truck.
Okay.
Because we needed to be elevated because there was a little like hill down to where the target was. Then we did 50 yards at a bench, and then we did 20 to 25 yards standing.
Okay.
And we scored by the score sheet on the shooting target.
Okay.
Out of my first shots, I missed. Well, first of all, there's 7 of us shooting. We shot 10 rounds at each station, each person. Every single one of us hit the paper every single time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally was like, damn, that's like good, for 50 yards, either way prone or sitting, and you're at minimum hitting the paper every single time, every single person. Like I think they were like, it's 210 shots, and we went 210 for 210 on the paper.
Nice.
Like, I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, that's really good. My first one, I had 2 fly off of the bullseye, but still on the paper area. And then I had 3 around the bullseye.
Okay.
Like just bing, bing, bing. And then there was some more scattered in between. And that was on the prone position. And then I got worse from there. But I still outshot, like, I think I got 4th.
Nice.
Or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've always been a really good shot. Just never, guns really haven't ever been a thing in my life.
Yeah.
And so it was fun. We did good. My buddy Jason ended up winning the shooting award. He shot really bad the first round, and then he just went really great the rest of the time. And so
he's not good at being prone.
Yeah. I guess he just wasn't warmed up or didn't know the gun or something. I don't know. Yeah. So he did really good. And then, a lot of the guys did really good. And then some of them they just were so spread out. They didn't couldn't get anything really a great score because it was just spread out. So that was pretty cool. I won the Rip Snorter award, which is a thing they, one of my friends called a fire one time. Because like you'll hear when a fire is hot, you'll hear it kind of like snarling.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but he called it a Rip Snorter. And so that's sort of been a joke for our friend group. And I was the caretaker this weekend. So I won the Rip Snorter award.
Did you use a flamethrower?
I didn't bring it.
Bummer.
I didn't need it. So yeah, it was, we brought up wood and there was some wood to scavenge. Thank you. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a good, fun time. Food was great. It was great to hang out with old friends, reminisce about old times, talk about new things going on. The one guy, Michael, that I didn't know, who was a friend of a friend, was really into whiskey. And so I brought up 4 bottles of whiskey. He ended up bringing 4 bottles of whiskey. We never talked about it. And him and I talked for hours about whiskey and trading off sips of each other's. We brought the bottles up to share and possibly die. And yeah, we were just sipping bottles of whiskey and hanging out and just bullshitting. He was he was the one that got shot. Really good guy.
It sounds so bad when you say it.
I know. Yeah. So he got a flesh wound.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a great time. I mean,
Nice.
it was very low key. I drank quite a bit, but it wasn't like I drank quite a bit over a very long period of time. So like I was never like blackout drunk or having, throwing up or having a tough time or whatever, like the assistant likes to do. But,
you didn't go home and throw up all over the bathroom?
No.
That's good.
I did not throw up in the tent. my buddy Joey, the one that came over from Atlanta, Georgia kind of area, he had a bunch of backpacking gear, but he didn't because he's coming over here. So he brought all of his backpacking gear. And I guess he brought 2 like thermarests, like backpacking thermarests. And he kept going like, they're so slippery on top of each other. Anytime I'm moving
you can't
around,
set those on top of each other.
Yeah. So he wanted to like double them up. Right. And I was like
tape them or tie them together or something.
Yeah. So after the first night's sleep up there, I was just like, how'd you guys sleep? And he was like, man, I slept like shit. Like I would move and the thermarests were sliding and like I couldn't, I had to sleep in a very awkward position just to hold them kind of in place. But so I'm like conscious of holding them and not really sleeping. And I was like, you want one? I have 2 pads up in the rooftop tent. You want like, it's like, it makes like a full, but I can take one of them out and it's like a skinny twin. Yeah. It's a long skinny twin. You want it? And he's like, serious? And so I was like, yeah. And so I pulled out the deep sleep for him and gave it to him. And he ended up sleeping. I'm like, how'd you sleep the next night? He's like, that thing is so nice. I was like, I forgot to tell you, if it's too stiff, there's like a button on the bottom, a bleeder valve. Like you can just, bring it down to your whatever pressure you want. He's like, no, it's perfect. It's like so nice. It's like, I was so warm and, and it was so comfortable. It's, I'm like, yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
And so I slept on the other one up in the rooftop. And yeah, the only problem the entire weekend was where I parked. It was perfectly in line with the wind coming from the fire.
So smoke just at your tent the entire time.
And Joey is on East Coast time. So he wakes up, he was waking up at like 6 or something in the morning. Right. And then he would get out because he's awake and he would come and he would like start a fire and I had my side window open.
Oh no.
And it would just like go right to that window. And first night I'm like, I'm just zipping everything up, like trying to keep the smoke out and stuff. The next, the last night, I'm like, I'm closing all the windows. Like I'm fully shutting, they were up by their little stakes or whatever. And I'm closing it all down. The last night I wasn't smoked out in the morning. That was it. And so that was the only major bummer on my end for the whole trip. So, but it was good. It was great to hang out with everybody. Great to see them. Every time I see some of these guys, I'm like, man, I got to hang out with you guys more often. You're fun. You're a good group of guys. We have some good history. So, like Jason Moody, him and I played soccer together, like growing up. And, it's just, there's a lot of reminiscing, a lot of good times that we've had as, when we were young. And
yeah,
it's just fun to get the family together in a way, to get back together and have a good time again. So
nice.
It sounds like it's going to be an annual thing. Like we're going to try to,
good.
This is the same group of guys that on Thanksgiving, I try to go play mud football with. So we were doing mud football in high school and we continued it forever. And we've gone from like tackle football and breaking people's wrists and ribs and like showing up at home like completely drenched and muddy to now we're doing flag football because we're old and feeble and barely can run.
Yeah.
But it's that same group of guys.
45-year-olds and 25-year-old or 25-year-olds and 45-year-old bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but every Thanksgiving I usually go to Santa Rosa. So sometimes I'll like be able to show up and say hi to people and then I'm leaving. But lately we go over a day or so early. So I haven't seen them in a while. But so it was really good to, go on a camping trip and be able to spend days with these guys. So it was fun. And I would, if you guys have a group of friends out there that, like back in the day friends, I would highly encourage you to round the herd again and, go out and have some fun. So nice. It was a blast.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. And then, I came home and the assistant said that she was out with the secretary watching a scary movie. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm unloading the truck by myself.
Yeah. It was funny. She, I guess the assistant texted her like the night before, day before, something like that. And she goes, the assistant just texted me. She wants to know if I want to go to the movie theaters. And I was like, thanks for the invite. Jeez. And she goes, no, she wants to go see a scary movie. I was like, I'll stay home. That works. I can work on the car.
Yeah.
I can play with the cars. You get out of here.
Go ahead.
Go.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got to go and watch a scary movie together while I stayed home, and the kid just napped during that time pretty much. So,
Sure.
But it was fun. I took a Reid out to the Rubicon on Friday.
Nice.
This last weekend was the Mad Hatters annual all the way through Rubicon trip.
Okay.
So they start at Loon Lake and then go to the Springs in one day.
Oh, wow.
On Friday, and then hang out in the Springs all day Saturday, and then head out Cadillac typically Sunday morning.
Right.
And so I didn't want to necessarily go out because I was supposed to be going out camping this weekend. I was camping the weekend before, and then I'm camping the following weekend with Lassen, and then I'm camping the following weekend with Rubathon.
Got it. Yeah.
So I'm like, this would be 5 weekends in a row, something like that.
Pretty much there. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to pass on this weekend. I need to stay home and get some stuff done. But if they're going in Friday, I'd love to just pull Reid out of daycare and go play hooky for a day and go in with them as a day trip.
Well, don't you give your employees like mountain time?
I do. Well, kind of. The most of all the employees are now salaried.
Okay.
So they get a vehicle savings account instead of mountain time.
Okay, cool.
Because I don't really pay them for their time anymore, right?
Yeah, sure. So if they're hourly though, they get
get mountain time.
Small allotment every month.
Every 8 hours a month to disappear and go up to the mountains.
Yeah.
So
you give them a day to go play.
Yep.
So you took your day.
I guess I took my day. Yeah. And so got up there, met up with Mad Hatters at Loon. Cool. I was one of the last people to pull in. They like to meet up at 7 and
leave by 11.
No, they meet up at 7, try and leave like 7:30.
Okay.
Chevron Fresh Pond does not open until 6.
Oh.
So I've done this multiple times now where I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just get breakfast and gas up at the Fresh Pond and then head up the hill up Ice House and meet you guys at 7.
Yeah.
I can't do that because they don't open until 6. So I got to wait for them to open to get breakfast and coffee. And then it's about an hour and 15, hour and 20 maybe to get up there. So I'm usually getting up to Loon 7:30, 7:35 on this trip.
Sure.
And I always forget that. And
Did you tow?
No, I drove up in the Fiona.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time does Georgetown's market open?
I want to say they're a little no, I think they're about the same time, 6 or 6:30. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's still about an hour.
It's about the same time either way, whichever way I go. I'm right at that point in Sacramento where I think it's a difference of like 5 minutes.
Well, it doesn't matter from Sacramento. What it matters from is the food and gas spot.
That is true. Yeah.
It doesn't matter when you leave your house, but from Fresh Pond Chevron or Georgetown's market, the Wharton, it's about an hour to an hour and 15 to get to the spillway.
Yeah.
And so they're timing it. Their timing doesn't work for your food stop.
Yeah, exactly. My coffee run in the mornings. But so I got there. I was almost the last person to arrive, and got aired down, and everybody started going in, and they're like, "Hey, Tyler, do you mind running caboose for the trip today?" And I didn't count how many cars, but it had to have been close to 20.
Oh, wow.
Vehicles. And so I was like, normally, I didn't bring a radio though. They're like, really?
Radio guy?
A radio, Tyler? I was like, yeah, I know. It's embarrassing. And he goes, well, I have a radio you can borrow. And I was like, okay, that'd be fine. And he goes, that way, when you need to turn around and leave for the day, you're at the back of the line, turn around and go. I was like, yeah, no problem. I can catch up to somebody and give them the radio and take off kind of thing. So that's what we did. And it was a great day. Beautiful weather. Absolutely gorgeous outside to go up and run that day. It was super sunny.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah. Super sunny, not a cloud in the sky, which typically at higher elevations, that hurts me more under the direct sunlight like that at high elevations. But usually I came to a realization on this trip.
Ooh, I'm ready.
Usually on these trips, I'm having a good time because every time we're stopped and having to, spot people through a gatekeeper or up the steps or up whalebones or whatever it is, I'm usually out chatting with people, right? Chatting with people or helping them get through so we can keep the line moving kind of thing. But this time I had a kid with me.
Yeah.
And a toddler who I can't just like let jump in and out of the car super quickly and easily. And when he's out of the car, I have to keep a close eye on him because I don't know if he knows to stay off the trail and be aware of his surroundings, or he doesn't know what a snake looks like.
Looks like good bear food.
Yeah. So every time we stopped, I just stayed in the car.
Sure.
And we'd be stopped for 20 minutes at a time sometimes.
Yeah.
And Reid was starting to get pretty impatient whenever we stopped. Like as long as we were moving, he was pretty much cool with everything.
Okay.
But when we stopped for 15-20 minutes, he would get pretty antsy in the seat. And so by the time we got to Soup Bowl, and we were pretty spread out throughout the trail too. Like I think when I was at Noby's Rock, coming through Noby's Rock, which is that tight squeeze right before Soup Bowl.
Yep.
The front of our line was pretty much at Little Sluice.
Wow.
We were very spread out. There wasn't a whole lot of traffic on the trail that day. So it wasn't like we were causing any traffic issues, and we were letting people by as they needed, and they were letting us by. It was all the traffic stuff was great that day. But things were just kind of taking so long that by the time we got to Soup Bowl, we had been on the trail for about 3 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we got on the trail about 7:30, 7:40, and I hit Soup Bowl about 10:30, 10:40.
Okay.
So, by that time we were kind of sitting in the back waiting for traffic to get through that little rocky section before Soup Bowl, and Reid was starting to flip out and get really uneasy. And I was like, you know what? I'm good here, guys. We're just going to pull over at that little camp spot on the right-hand side right before Soup. So I pulled into there, said everybody bye. We were going to hang out there for a couple hours, have lunch, and hang out, and then turn around and head back out on our own.
Yeah.
So I handed off the radio, said bye to everybody, and then started setting up lunch, and had a great time just hanging out in that little camp area with Reid for about 2 hours.
Okay, cool.
We did walk up to Soup Bowl because there was a group that had come in after the Mad Hatters and were playing on Soup Bowl for a while. So I took Reid up there, and there was a mini truck trying to get up there. First gen mini truck pickup, trying to get up Soup Bowl, and just Toyota pickups seem to have a hard time because they're so narrow.
Yeah.
A lot of what pulls you up Soup Bowl is getting that passenger side sidewall down on the rock. Right. And just Toyota axles are so narrow that it can be difficult for Toyota axled vehicles to get up Soup Bowl. And this guy was having that problem. And so he started getting impatient to the point where he was making the truck hop on Soup Bowl, and he was throwing stuff out of his bed.
Yeah.
And Reid is just standing there. He starts pointing at everything going, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And everybody started laughing around. It was pretty funny. Super cute. So we hung out there for about half an hour. And the guy that we watched for that half hour didn't make it up as far as I know. We went back to our little camp spot, had a couple more snacks, got some water, and then packed up everything and went out.
Okay.
On the way out, I took his car seat from the back seat and put it in the front seat.
Oh, uh-oh.
So that I could interact with him. Right. And we could play around while we're just cruising out on our own. And, it was really funny because on the way out, on the way in, every time the air compressor cycled to charge the rear locker, I'd be like, Reid, are you tooting? You tooting? And so on the way out, every time it came on and cycled, he'd look over me and go, Dad, tooting. I was like, dude, you're adorable. So there was that. And then, on the way in as well, and I got him starting to do it kind of towards as we were getting to Soup Bowl. But I'd be like, Reid, do you want to go vroom vroom? And he'd be like, vroom vroom, in this like super gargly voice too.
Yeah.
So every time he did that, I would blip the throttle a couple times.
Yeah.
And so on the way out, he would kind of look over at me and go, Dada, vroom vroom. I'd be like, all right, and have his window rolled down and vroom vroom. And he got a big kick out of that too.
That's awesome.
He ended up falling asleep on the way out for about 45 minutes. And that's about how long it took me to get from Soup Bowl to the top of the bowl.
Okay.
And I was going at a pretty slow pace because he was asleep, and like I hit one bump pretty hard before he fell asleep, and I was like, oh, that was a hard hit. And he just kind of laughed and went, bumpy. I was like, yeah, bumpies, dude. And then he kept going, more bumpy, more bumpy. So I figured he was okay with the bumpies, just fine. And he fell asleep. And when we pulled up to the top of the bowl, there was a few people coming up over through Gatekeeper that I knew.
Oh.
So there was a few people from RTF, Greg Castro, and a couple other guys.
Okay.
They were heading into the trail because they were going to do maintenance on Old Sluice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are they doing down there?
I don't know. Just I didn't ask them maintenance. I just figured general maintenance. But then after like they left, I started thinking about it. I was like, that's like the one part of the trail that never gets maintenance. That they're like intentionally leaving to be as difficult or anything as you want, because there's not really a whole lot of like water drainage to destroy. It's in this like really narrow, loose rock canyon gore. I don't even know, crevice almost.
Yeah, but they've done a lot of work there in the past.
Yeah.
Well, the whole corner with all the rocks added
at the bottom
of Big Sluice.
Old Sluice.
Oh, Old Sluice.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Back up. I cancel. I was trained. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were going to do something in.
They were doing
Old
some
Sluice.
kind of maintenance in Old Sluice.
Got it.
I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then following them or just in front of them was Keith, one of the El Dorado sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
So Keith, and then his partner for the day was Chris, and sat there and chatted with them for almost 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And chatted with them about a few different things. And we started talking about the Explorer program that El Dorado County Sheriff does.
Okay.
And it's a kids program. It's a community outreach kids program. And it's a few of the El Dorado County Sheriff go and do kids outreach. They meet every Wednesday evening, and kids come out and learn something about the outdoors.
That's cool.
It's kind of all taught and run by El Dorado County Sheriff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so they have a first gen 4Runner that they take the kids wheeling on the Rubicon and other trails once a month in, and they didn't have any gear for airing up and airing down.
Oh,
so I was like, yeah, I'll donate some gear to that. Hell yeah, man. So then I was asking, what other kind of stuff do you do? They're like, we take them whitewater rafting, we take them rock climbing, we take them scrambling, we take them hiking, wheeling, all sorts of different things. Camping, so that they understand how to make fires responsibly and how to tie knots with ropes and use rope to do work and how to make use of different outdoor tools and resources. And I was like, that's super cool. He goes, yeah, we really try and target kind of like at-risk youth.
Sure.
It's like an at-risk youth program for El Dorado County. And I'm like, that's super cool, dude. So got to donate some gear to them. They came by the shop on Monday. Came down here to Sacramento. So got to see them and again on Monday and get them some gear and talk a little bit more about the program. So
good deal.
Yeah. Made it out of the trail just fine, no issues. And I was out of the trail 1:15, 1:30.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I aired up down by the Smud campground rather than in the spillway because there was a bunch of trucks and trailers parked in all the shade spots. So I was like, I'm just going to keep going until I find shade. And I found a bunch of shade right there next to the Smud campground, North campground there. Aired up and then went back home, and I was home before 4 p.m. So
that's a good day.
I left the house pretty much at 4:30 a.m. and got home before 4 p.m. 11 and a half hours, and got a fun day trip. And Reid got to be out on the trail and play in Dada's truck and go wheeling and get all the vroom vrooms and the tootins in. And he had a really good time, and I really enjoyed it. I think we would have had a better time if we had just been like solo.
Sure.
And just like drove into Buck and then back out for the day, or drove into Spider and then back out for the day, something like that. Because once we were on the move on the way out, you had no issues.
Right.
But it was just like all that
it's the
long
waiting.
stoppage and waiting on the way in that he was having issues with. So
That's the mini assistant had that problem when we did that one snow run.
Yeah.
And it was like everybody was getting stuck. There was just a lot of problems. And, you know, it's like every time we stopped, she wanted to hop out and play in the snow. But I was like, you can't. I don't know how long we're going to be here.
Yeah.
Like, we're probably going to move soon, you know, and then we start moving, go like 5 feet. And I was like, okay. But yeah, it's the waiting that's the hardest part. And even the assistant will say that, right? And
that's what the secretary always said, right? And it never really dawned on me until just then that this trip, how much the waiting around sucks. Because I'm typically like getting out of the car and doing something with my time waiting. Right? Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, it was a fun trip. I'm looking to do more. So with him, so he had a good time. I had a good time. It wasn't really that difficult per se to deal with the toddler, the 2.5-year-old out on a trail for the day and get him up in the morning, get him in the car and everything. So, it was fun. I'm looking forward to doing more now.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Yeah. So that was Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I pretty much just kind of worked on the vehicle, stayed at home. We were supposed to be getting our camera system upgraded at home for the security system.
Yeah.
And so they gave us an appointment time schedule like 8 a.m. to noon. And then I got a phone call, a phone text at like 9 a.m. that said, hey, I'm on my way over for your appointment. And I was like, cool, see you soon. At 9:03, I got another text that said, hey, I'm not sure what happened, but you're no longer on the schedule. Sorry, have a good day. And I'm like,
what?
Excuse me? So I was like, are you still coming? What's going on? Like, I cleared my schedule to be home all day for this.
Right.
And I don't have anything else going on specifically so we can make sure this gets done. And he goes, yeah, I don't know. You're not on the schedule anymore, so I can't come out there. And I'm like, can you talk to your boss, please? Can I talk to your boss? Do I need to call customer service? Somebody needs to come out here today. I've been waiting for 2 weeks for this.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm talking to my boss about it, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. So I gave him until about 11 a.m. before I called customer service to be like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Why am I not on the schedule? And get me back on a schedule, please. And so the installer, the tech told me, yeah, sorry. We're not gonna be able to come out and see you today. Tough luck, essentially.
Yeah.
And then customer service said, yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It doesn't even have any record of you being on a schedule. And I was like, I was absolutely on a schedule. I've got email to prove it. And I've got text messages to prove that I confirmed the appointment.
I have a text message at 9 saying he's on his way. And then one at 9:03 saying it's not.
Yep. And they were like, sorry, I don't know what happened. You're on the schedule. We made an appointment for this coming up Friday. So what is that? The 19th? Tomorrow from when this episode airs. I'm like, all right. Thanks for wasting my time, guys, and having to figure this all out on my own and all this other stuff. Like, can I get a bill credit or something as an apology for all this? And they're like, no. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to call my sales rep that set up everything. And I was like, hey, Carlos, I don't know if you know, but here's the shenanigans that have been going on this morning. He goes, wow. I'm so sorry about that. Can I give you a bill credit or something to make it up to you? Like, I'm so sorry for wasting your time and all this. I was like, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So he did it after I was like, wow. And so I was like, whatever, put the kid down around noon, and then went to start working on my chase light for Fiona.
Yeah.
And about 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, a random tech showed up at my house. I was like, hey, I'm here for your install appointment. And I'm like, what? What is going on right now? I was like, whatever, get it done. Now you're here. Yeah. You're here, get it done. So anyways, they got the cameras swapped out. The tech was super confused about what I was talking about, what was going on. Yeah, sure. I was like,
he didn't know.
I was like, you don't know, you're too low on the totem pole. Like, just thank you for coming out. I'm super glad you guys are getting it done before next Friday. So we don't have to worry about it anymore. It's all done. I'm home all day today to make sure that this got done. So you're here. Let's get it done. And that was that story. It was just, I was amazed as to, I don't want to say the incompetence, but just the lack of knowing what's going on within a company.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at how that works within other companies.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Anyways, I started working on the chase light. I found our buddy on Instagram. His kids used to help out with MorrFlate stuff.
Oh yeah,
the Yuba City guys.
Yeah,
Clint. He has a 4th gen Forerunner, and so he sent me an Instagram account and a link to some items for 4th gen Forerunners because he knew that I was looking for some rear lighting options. Right.
Yeah.
So I think I talked about this. The Lumberjack Engineering is this dude's Instagram account, and he 3D prints carbon, I believe, carbon fiber 3D print things for 4th gen Forerunners.
They're carbon fiber?
It's a carbon fiber filament, a carbon fiber type filament. It's much higher heat rated than PLA or PETG, which are kind of your more common 3D print filaments. So they can withstand a lot higher heat, more abuse than the common types of filaments.
Okay.
And so he's essentially like the Lee Lim for 4th gen Forerunners, right? Yeah. So he just has a ton of stuff 3D printed for 4th gen Forerunners that incorporates different lighting stuff. And so he has a chase light that you take out the 3rd brake light from the 4th gen Forerunner and replace it with this whole housing that houses 2 Baja S2 Pros, a brake light, and a wolf box camera.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect.
So I was like, that's freaking sweet. And it looks like it's a pretty clean install. You don't really need to cut any holes into the 3rd brake light, the spoiler, the tailgate. You can run the wiring through the stock things. You just have to figure out how to get the wiring from the chassis into your cab.
Yeah.
However you want to do that. And so I didn't want to pull all the interior panels off and bring the wire in through the firewall and then run it to the back of the vehicle. So I ran it along the frame rail and then came up and punched a hole through the Alpha Rex headlight on the back, the tail light on the back side of it. Because the 4th gen Forerunner tail lights have 3 different light bulbs in it, right? So there's 3 different holes in that rear corner. The Alpha Rex only utilizes one of those holes.
Oh.
But it has like a flange to go in the other 2 holes so that it's kind of sealed.
Yeah, centers.
It centers and seals in there. So I just drilled a hole through the flange mating surface and pumped the wiring in through that way.
Okay.
Worked out pretty good. It didn't interfere or open up the Alpha Rex taillight at all because I didn't go into the housing. I just went through the flange surface part of it. So
yeah, okay.
I got the wiring up into the corner, ran it up through the ceiling real quick and up out through the tailgate wiring. And I had to pull the spoiler off. And then create my own wiring harness to go from a plug at the spoiler end to the lights up in the center of the spoiler, and then connect all that together and have it run the way I want it to run. So I did all the wiring and essentially ran most of the wiring and everything on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I installed the whole housing into the 3rd brake, bolted that down, connected the wires to the plugs that I created, and reinstalled the spoiler and closed up all the panels and everything. And it turned out great.
Okay.
I'm very impressed with it for making use of a stock 3rd brake light location and being able to now have chase lights, a mount for the wolf box camera, and brake lights still. It turned out really good.
Awesome.
I'm pretty happy with it. So I ran it all into the new switch panel. So I have the chase lights on one of the buttons now on the switch panel. And if it's like, I don't know if I need to have it be a strobe. The cool thing about that switch panel is I can set that one button to strobe and have it be a strobe for if there's an emergency situation, I need to use Fiona as an emergency alert.
Yeah.
On side of a road or something. So, super happy with how that turned out. While I was running all that, I had to rerun the Wolfbox camera wiring.
Yeah, sure.
So I cleaned all that up and ordered one of Lee's mounts.
Yeah.
For the Wolfbox, it's the dash mount for the Wolfbox, the rear view mirror, the display of it. And then he also has like a cord cover for it that covers all the cords that go into the top of the rear view display. And at first I was like, I don't really care about that. I don't really mind seeing the chords, like blah, blah, blah. But like now that I have it on there, I was like, it actually looks really clean and pretty good.
Yeah. Covering the chords up makes it look clean.
Yeah. It was impressive. The amount of difference I was not expecting just to have this simple little cord cover.
Yeah.
For the chords on the wolf box. So, but I got all that up and running. The wolf box wiring got cleaned up a little bit from our hasty install at Tech at Trail Hero X.
Exactly. Yeah. That at Trail Hero X, they gave us like an hour to install 3 cameras and the rear view mirror setup. And the biggest problem I think was that
it didn't work exactly with our setup.
Well, yeah, our review, they wanted us just to strap it over the mirror, the existing mirror that's in place. And
Fiona's mirror is flaccid.
Fiona's mirror barely held up the mirror as is, not alone this electronic screen. And so we had to be creative with how to mount it. So that took a lot of time.
Yeah. And, to Wolfbox's credit, they do sell a full replacement OEM thing. So they make a full replacement thing that you can pull your rearview mirror off and put a bracket to go on that metal plate that's on your windshield, right?
Correct.
They make one of those, but I hate the Lexus's video rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But I really like the Wolfbox down on the dash for some reason. And the only thing I can think of is that because I'm taller, like my eyesight, my vision is in line with the up high on the windshield video camera. And the video camera I don't know if it's a brighter display or what, but it bugs me being right there in my vision. Whereas if I put it down on the dash, it doesn't bug me at all.
Yeah.
But you driving Fiona, you were like, yeah, it bugs me on the dash.
It does.
So I wonder if it's the same thing. It's now in your eyesight vision. Like
I really dislike things that obscure my vision.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And so like the ditch lights, like I'd never run ditch lights. I hate ditch lights because they obscure your vision.
They do.
They just don't let you see things that are happening around you. I even get bugged out by my stupid damn A-pillar. Like,
I gotta cut this off.
It's like sometimes there's been times when I'm like gonna go out and like pull out into traffic or something, and there was a car hidden by the A-pillar.
Yeah.
So it's like all these things that obscure my vision. I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that. Right. And for me, I'm not as tall as you are. So putting things on the dash, it makes it so that I can't, I don't see beyond the hood as easily.
Yeah.
And up high, it's not necessary. I'm never looking up at the road.
Yeah.
If I am, I'm in a bad spot. So that's my thing is I'm trying to look down at the road, but when things are blocking the view of the road, then I don't want them there.
Yeah. I have noticed, in driving Fiona versus driving Kermit, Fiona has way less vision than Kermit does.
Oh yeah.
And I've noticed that Fiona's hood is up a lot higher.
Yeah.
Than Kermit's is. Kermit's it seems like it looks down. It just dives right off. Right.
I mean, it's the same. It's almost Bobcat to Charlotte as Kermit is to Fiona. Right.
Yep.
We're talking, I mean, they're a few years, Fiona, the 4th gen 4Runner, and Charlotte, my 3rd gen Tacoma, are a few years apart, but I mean, it's the same, more or less the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
So going from Bobcat to Charlotte, like it's the hood's higher.
Yeah.
I wanted the TRD package first of all, but I didn't want this hood
the sport
because of, one of the main reasons was it didn't have an E-locker. The second thing is I didn't want the hood scoop.
Yeah.
Because it comes up, it raises up, it blocks more of my view.
Yep.
So I was like, no.
Yeah. I definitely, there were times on Friday, rolling through I think this is the first time I've been through the Rubicon on that section of trail with Fiona. No, it's not. We drove it with
you did the MorrFlate
run. Yeah. But there was definitely times where I was like, I know there's a rock here. Where is it? Where I know it's coming up. I can't see it, but I know it's here because of my experience on this trail. And then I would hit it and I was like, there it is. And it's like, I don't think that I would like Fiona for exploration. on trails, but for going through the Rubicon, since and trails I'm familiar with, it's fine. But I definitely miss the amount of sight.
You just need to learn to read further ahead, right? It's now another learning curve where you have to start. You know, at some point you're looking at the one next rock that you have to be at, but then once you start understanding your vehicle and your sight range and how to drive, you start being able to go to the second rock or the third rock, or like I'm 5 or 6 rocks now ahead. And I know where I need to put my tires by the time I'm getting to these.
Yeah.
You just need to be further ahead with Fiona than you are with Kermit.
Yep. So,
and that's just a comfort level thing. That's just an experience.
It is an experience level and comfort level. Yeah. And surprisingly, I haven't noticed that the Wolfbox rear view display, the screen on the dash, has really like hindered more of my view than what the hood does.
Sure.
And that kind of makes sense because I'm up higher than it looking down. Right. Yeah. So,
as long as you can see the end of the hood, as long as your end of your hood is not being obscured by something, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So anyways, I was happy with the Wolfbox all day Friday. Kind of cleaned up the wiring and finished up the chase lights and the lighting on the back on Sunday. Saturday, I also flushed out the Lance water tank, the freshwater tank.
Okay.
And cleaned it out. So I need to
dentures.
Yep. No, I got an actual RV freshwater tank cleaner thing.
Oh, okay.
So the water tank has a little bit of water in it right now, but I just need to completely drain it and then refill it at this point. Let's see. I did all that, and then I washed Fiona on Monday, I think it was, and Reid got to help with that. So it was fun. I had a good weekend.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I do still really, really, really want to redo the valve body on Fiona.
Okay.
I do not like automatic transmissions for rock crawling, man. There's so many times when I would be either going downhill or something, and all of a sudden torque converter is like, oh, not enough torque in the system. I'm going to go to neutral. And it's like, no, you need to be controlling the descent of the vehicle right now. What are you doing?
Even if you were in like first gear?
In first gear, it wasn't doing as bad. There was still a couple situations, but like if there's no rocks to be crawling over, I don't want to be in first gear to go down this long descent.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be in like second or third gear and have the vehicle engine control the descent down the descent. And there was a bunch of other times, even in first gear, coming up and over, cresting over some rocks, I'd kind of get up and it'd be kind of bound up, get over the rocks, and then, get to the top and it'd just go boom, right down off the other side of the rock. And I'm like, stop disconnecting the fucking drivetrain on me, man.
Yeah.
So I'm very much, I think after I finish unfucking Fiona, and fixing the things to make it where it should really be, as a adventuring a rock crawling vehicle, the valve body swap with the manual lockup torque converter is going to be, I think, my first upgrade for it.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah. I'll just got to finish the other stuff first.
Yeah. Yeah. Any updates on Kermit?
No, I dropped off I thought I had dual cases. I could have sworn I had dual cases. Apparently I just have a rear case.
Oh.
So I dropped off the rear case with Jason, my spare. And then Ryan has enough spare parts that we can build a front case for it.
Sure.
And so Jason's going to put all that together kind of once he gets back from his vacation.
Okay.
And once he gets back,
said he's allowed to go on vacation?
I don't know. The dude, I complained against it. I wrote him up to his boss, complained to his company, and he's still doing it anyway. So
Nobody listened, huh?
Yeah. So anyways, once he gets back from the vacation, he'll start working on setting up the spare dual cases. That way I can swap them out in Kermit. And then he's also going to do the rear ring and pinion and gears for Fiona.
Okay.
Once he gets back. So
nice.
Just need them to last until he's back.
That shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't, but it might. I just have Rubicon really is the only thing between by the time he gets back, I'll be using Fiona for. So yeah, Kermit doesn't really need to get used until last weekend of August. So that's kind of the next trip that he's planned for.
Okay.
So we have until then to fix the dual cases.
Nice.
And fix the drivetrain. And then Fiona has quite a few trips, I think, planned throughout the summer. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sounds like a good weekend too.
Yeah. Next up, I think this weekend I'm going to get the knuckle lights set up on Fiona.
Yeah.
I'm taking Fiona to Brad tomorrow to unfuck the rear swing out. So we'll get that hopefully all done. And I think Brad will do an awesome job. We've been talking about a couple different things for it. So, and how to fix it. So, I think I'm gonna drop off Fiona there. I don't know if the plan is for me to hang out and help with it, which I've kind of cleared my schedule tomorrow to do that. Or if he just wants me to drop it off and be like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm going to let me do this.
Are you towing it up there?
I wasn't not planning on towing it up there, but I should probably talk to Brad and be like, are you wanting me to drop it off or do you want me to hang out? So yeah, we'll see. I need to talk to Brad about it. So
you're going to get a ride back here from one of your coworkers?
I was going to Uber if I needed to.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Or like, I know somebody that lives up in that area that works down here.
Yeah, but he's usually here at like 6:30 in the morning, something like that. So. So the project for Fiona this week is the rear swing out and maybe the knuckle lights, maybe rock lights as well. We'll see. Just depends on the rear swing out, how quickly that gets done.
Okay. Yeah. Samantha is, I've got some work ahead of her, on her. I dug through a lot of the parts that I've already ordered for Samantha and I couldn't find a power steering box frame mount.
Okay.
So I went on the frame stiffeners. Yeah. Okay. So I went on to Yoda Masters.
Okay.
And I purchased a FOTR or FO front. What is it? The front range off-road.
Okay.
One from them. And I ordered it and then within hours it said your package is being shipped or something like that. So fingers crossed it gets here before today, Thursday. And then Hustle Nuts and I could start really setting up the steering side of things because the steering is our next step.
Okay. And
once we get the steering box in place and figured out where that's going to go, and then I can set up the steering and the what one is that? I always mix all these up. The drag link.
Okay.
I can set up the drag link and everything. And then I think I need to put the body back on.
Nice. And start checking clearances there.
Checking clearances. Well, I'm definitely going to have
some tires.
Well, not tires. Just I'm going to have issues with the power steering box because I'm pushing it far forward.
Yep.
Pretty far forward. And then I'm going to have issues with the shock hoops and try to figure out that situation. And I really need the body on to see how things are going to lay out and where's everything going to go. I did get a lot of great feedback from everybody in regards to the shocks and the shock locations. It really sounds like I need to try to lower it on the axle is the first step.
Yeah.
Because I just have the shock eyelet attaches more or less to some things that I tacked on to the top of the axle housing.
Okay.
So I need anything I can do to lower. If I can lower that 1 to 2 inches, that should solve all the problems.
Nice.
Yeah.
1 to 2 inches usually solves life problems.
I agree.
An extra 1 to 2, I should say. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that what happens there. And, and then I can give an update on Samantha. I do really want to try and fix Bobcat. After driving Bobcat, I have a few gripes about it. And mainly it's, something's out of balance. Whether it's the drive shaft or the tires.
It's probably a drive shaft again.
Yeah. And I think it's the drive shaft too. So I want to put the 2-piece drive shaft back in. I don't have it. I don't have the original one. I need to get one and get the joint for the middle. Why can't that joint's skip to my mind too? Carbon joint. What's the name?
The double cardon?
No. Well, it doesn't really. It'll need a double.
There's a different name for that specific joint. It's escaping me too right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's screaming at their radios.
Yeah,
at the
moment. Fine. So it'll separate the drive shaft that comes out of the T case, goes to this joint, and then the joint will go down to my axle.
Yeah.
So I really want to do that because that's going to lift my drive shaft up, and it will hopefully strike less on rocks.
Yeah.
So I also I've been talking to Metal Cloak a little bit about their piggybacks and their shocks.
Yep.
And so I want to take the shocks off a Bobcat and articulate it up and stretch it out and see what
how much travel you actually get when you're not limited by your shocks.
Yeah, max and mins.
Yep.
And then I can talk to Will over at Metal Cloak and talk to him about their 6-packs and see what might work for Bobcat.
You need to get the new 6-pack blacks just because it's black.
It's black.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's the Bobcat stuff. Bobcat's Bobcat's up and running. I mean, I drove it all the way up to Bowman Lake Road and down on Bowman Lake Road and drove it all around, and it did great. It did fine.
Nice.
So it just has some little things that need to get tweaked and to make it a little more comfortable of a drive, and I think it'll be good.
Cool. I did do one other thing that I did this week. I did one more thing that I did this weekend. We got a shotgun seat for Reid for a bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked up a new bike. I think I talked about that already.
You did.
And then we picked up one of those, the seats where the kid sits in front of you.
Right.
And then a separate set of handlebars that goes on your handlebars that he holds onto.
Okay.
It has like foot pegs, bike seat, and handlebars.
So when you turn, does it turn his handlebars?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
And so we took him out on that Sunday morning. And he was very hesitant at first. And so it's kind of like waddled on the bike with him there and held him there and got him used to it. And then once we started actually like pedaling and going, he was so into it.
Nice.
He had a really good time with it. He loved it. So I'd highly recommend, if you have a kid that likes the outdoors or is interested in bicycles at all, get one of these toddler shotgun seats. You can find the cheap knockoff versions on Amazon for like $40 to $50.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's the exact same thing as what I got. I got one of the name brands though, because I wanted the warranty and service, blah, blah, blah. But it's highly, for how much fun he had, I'm like, this is going to be cool. We're going to go do this a lot more often now. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw there was a seat in there because I think last time you were complaining how you needed a new seat.
Yeah, dude, the seat on my bike sucks. It hurts so bad. So I got a new seat now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Do you have to ride funny because he's kind of between your legs?
I thought that it was going to be awkward riding, but it's really not bad.
Okay.
My knees don't really come up as far into him. Like they kind of come up to just underneath his butt.
Yeah.
So I kind of rub the side of his legs a little bit, but it's really not awkward at all like I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with how easy it was to ride the bike. Rather than pulling him in a trailer behind me, and how much more fun he had up there because we can interact.
Yeah.
While we're riding around, he can point stuff out, and he kept saying the whole time, "Dad, big old bike."
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, big old bike, big old bike. And then we'd go over the speed bumps, so we called those bumpies as well.
Yeah.
And more bumpies, more. So we had to go hunt down all the speed bumps in the neighborhood.
Nice.
But yeah, he really enjoyed it. I'd highly recommend it if you guys have a toddler that's interested in bicycles or roaming around the outdoors.
Yeah.
It was a very fun way to do it, and I'm excited to do more of it. So
yeah, I know when the mini assistant was like 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there. Probably more 7, 8. We had the trailer thing on the bicycle.
Yeah.
And then when we got older, maybe around 10, we still were using that, but she was still she would ride her own bike. But if we went on long bike rides, she kind of, maybe not that old, but somewhere around, let's say around 8, she was still on the trailer. But the thing was, the assistant was like, actually, she really helps.
Oh, really?
She really pedals, and I can feel it helping me move along, like, because when they would come to a hill, they go, okay, mini assistant, you got to pedal, get us up this hill, and they both would crank up the little hill or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Nice.
So there could be an advantage to the trailer because then you get the kid pedaling.
Our trailer didn't have a pedals on it, so it wasn't a pedaling trailer. It was just a lounge, hang out inside of a trailer and eat your snacks.
Well, it was the kind of covers or whatever. Oh, this one was like a bicycle, just no front forks. Like the front forks were attached to the seat post or something. So yeah. And then it had pedals and everything, but they had its own coast too. So it didn't wasn't constant pedal.
Okay. Yeah.
It was, if they didn't want to pedal, it was just freewheeling.
Yeah.
So, that worked out really well for the assistant because it helped push her up the hills.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So, there you go. That's the shenanigans we've been up to. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. If you guys have any feedback for us, you can give us a call, shoot us a message on Instagram, shoot us an email, get in touch with us on Discord. Lots of different ways to reach out and interact. Give us a call over at 916-345-4744 is that voicemail phone number. And let us know what you've been up to. We'll go over that on Friday's episodes, which is snail mail. And get to talk with you guys and see what you've been up to and hear your voices on the podcast for once. So anything else, man?
No.
Sweet. Any final words then to wrap up the show for today?
I got the assistant to finally use the riding mower on the yard. And she loved it.
Really?
So
she's doing all the mowing now.
She might be. Yeah. She was out there with her big old sombrero hat and like a
Drinks.
sippy cup with a Truly in it and cruising on the riding mower and
music on or listen to a podcast or
music
something.
On. The riding mower is too loud for a podcast. Like you just can't hear it. But music is like you don't need to listen to the music enough to know what's going on. But yeah. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this might be a thing that's taken off of my to-do list.
Yeah.
And now on hers. So yeah, we'll see.
Then you get to work on souping up the lawnmower.
Right?
So yeah.
Yeah. I've got enough work around the yard that the free time of souping up a lawnmower is low on the totem pole. But yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, no, I got more final words.
Oh, okay.
We had a bat in our house.
In the house?
In the house.
How did the cats do with that?
The cat caught it.
Really?
Yeah. That's how it concluded.
That's funny.
Yeah, funny little story. Final words going long here. It was Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I was laying in bed and I heard the cat was sleeping at the end of our bed. One of the cats, it like stood up, and I heard it like jump off the ground and sitting there. And I was like, huh, like what's it doing? And I'm half asleep.
Yeah. And
then I hear the cat jump into the air and land. I was like, there must be a bug or something.
Yeah.
And then I hear it do it again. I'm like, okay, didn't catch it the first time, whatever. And then over my head, I hear this. And I'm like, that's a big fucking bug.
That's a big bug.
And then I hear the cat jump again. And then I hear over my head. I'm like, all right, I gotta see what the fuck this is. So the assistant's like, she's almost out or out, right? And I grab my flashlight or my phone and I turn the flashlight on and I see this bat like doing circles in our bedroom. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I was like, okay. And I tell the assistant, I said, just don't look.
Just stay there.
Just stay there. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, just stay laying down. And she's like, what? And then she's like, what is that? I'm like, I told you. I'm like, it's a bat. And she's like, why it's a bat in our house? Why is there a bat in our bedroom? I'm like, your guess is as good as mine. So it was flying around the bedroom. So my first thought was, I've got to isolate it. Right. And so I was like, it's flying around the bedroom. It's not in any of the other rooms down the hallway. So I went down the hallway. So I closed the mini assistant's room. I closed the guest room. I closed the mini assistant's bathroom. I closed my office. And then I was coming back into the bedroom. And then I heard our other cat jump. And then I heard a ee. And I was like, what? And I like scanned down and I was like, Skylar, did you catch it? And Skylar walks right past me, goes downstairs. And I'm like, and so I start following the cat. Right. She walks all the way downstairs, all the way around the couch, all the way to the back door. And I was like, wait, I'll let you out the back door. Like,
don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. And she walked all the way back upstairs, back into my office. I guess I didn't close my office door at that time. And then, as soon as she walked in my office, I shut the door behind her because I could, all right, it's in the office. She sets it down like right in front of my desk. And it's just sitting there on the ground. And so I was like, cool, grabbed Skylar, took her out of the room. And then I went and got a tissue and I went to go grab the bat.
Still alive.
Oh,
for sure.
And I grabbed it and it jumped and flew away.
Oh no.
But it flew like onto my cabinets or some like shelving. Took me a little bit of time to try to find it. So then I grabbed it again And like I had it good this time, but then it's like little bat wing hands started climbing out of the tissue, and it's like and it was making this like chirping noise, you know, a super high pitched chirping noise, and it was like barking like right at my hand. I'm like, this fucking thing's gonna bite me, and I'm gonna get rabies and die. And I was like, no. So I like punched out the screen of my office window and threw the bat outside. And then I looked for it and I didn't see it, so I think it flew away. And then I tried to like closed the screen and threw the tissue away, washed my hands, went back to bed. And the assistant's like, what just happened?
Don't worry about it.
We're laying there. We're like, how did a bat get in? Like, and the only way we could think of is like through the attic or something. Cause the cats were in like all day. So it wasn't like, they didn't bring it in during the day. And the only thing we could think of was that there was, or one of our attic entrances is cracked. Like the drywall that seals it off is cracked. So I went and looked in the closet, and there is a chunk taken out of one of the corners. So it's like, if there's bats in the attic, it could have gotten through that crack and that hole. And they're small enough that they could crawl through anything in regards to the doors on a closet.
Yeah.
So now I've got the job of sealing that up. So yeah, so that was crazy. And then
that's a fun awakening at night.
Yeah, right. So when I was gone, and then I was gone all that weekend, right? And no cell reception anywhere we went. And I get back to cell service and I get a message from the assistant. And Thursday night, she caught a mouse in the house and took it outside.
Okay.
So I think we're back at this battle again of random creatures entering the house.
Yep.
Yay. So those are my final words.
Nice. I like it. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Another one?
Another one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't ran out yet.
No way. Too many good jokes to tell.
That's debatable. Okay.
What does a bowler and a guest at Thanksgiving dinner have in common?